Today we get a closer look at some of our country's bravest citizens and heroes among us. It's a clear blue sunny day in New York City, and Frank Siller is walking towards the Freedom Tower in the heart of Manhattan. For the last 21 years, his mind goes back to a day that we'd all like to forget.
I want you all to know.
But he and his family are on a mission to make sure that September 11th is never forgotten. Like many New Yorkers, he was personally affected by the tragedy that unfolded that day.
Well, Stephen was the youngest of 7. He was our little brother for the Siller family. When he was born, my father was 49 and my mother was 44. So he was our little miracle. I was closest in age with Stephen, and I was 14 years older than him. And then as Stephen was growing up, our dad passed away when he was 8.5 years old. And I remember how upset we all were, but most certainly Stephen was devastated.
Raised by his older brothers, he was attracted to a life of service, in large part due to the influence of a family that took great pride in helping others.
On September 11, 2001, Stephen was just finished his night tour in Squad 1 in Brooklyn. He was on his way home, actually, to play golf, but he heard on his radio scanner that the towers were hit. He drove back to his firehouse. His company had already responded, so he drove back to his firehouse and got his gear. Put his gear in his truck, drove to the mouth of the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. Now, this tunnel connects Brooklyn with downtown Manhattan. It's not far away from Ground Zero when you come out the other side of the Brooklyn Battery Tunnel. The tunnel was closed for security reasons, so there was an eyewitness that told me that Stephen's car came to a screeching halt. He hopped out, put his gear on, and jogged into that tunnel. And he ran through that tunnel, which is nearly 2 miles long. Last seen alive, west on Liberty Street, went into what we believe was the South Tower, because that's where all 11 Squad 1 members that he worked with perished. No doubt up the stairs, saving people, but while doing so, he gave up his own life. You know, finding out what he did that day, we knew as a family we wanted to do something to honor his sacrifice. A friend of my brother Stephen's, Billy Codd, called me up. He said, "Frank, how about if we do a run?" I said, "Billy, you know, that's great. I don't mind doing a run, but, you know, I want to do something very unique. It's very special." He goes, "I'm talking about a run through the tunnel like Stephen did." I was overcome with emotion, because when you hear the right thing, there's no doubt that you have to do it.
That epiphany sounded great on paper, but Frank wondered if he would ever be able to cut through the red tape necessary to shut down a major artery in the heart of the city.
All we want to do is retrace his final heroic footsteps. The guy's overcome with emotion, gets out from the back, hugs me. He's crying. And he says, "We're going to get this done." He calls up somebody from the Bridge and Tunnel Authority. In 15, 20 minutes, we had the streets closed and the tunnel closed. And it was the beginning of a miracle, of many miracles that were to be.
The first event in 2002 drew approximately 1,500 participants. Now, 20 years later, the run is expected to draw upwards of 40,000, with people from all walks of life eager to be a part of honoring the fallen and giving back to the countless heroes who were born out of our nation's darkest hour.
We have 2,500 West Point cadets that run in cadence. We have the Marines Corps. We have cops from all over the United States, firefighters that run in gear from all over the United States. They all want to emulate what my brother did, you know, running in gear. It's just a very emotional event. So it's grown to be this incredible event. It's the most important event that we do every year, because our first mission at the Tunnel to Towers Foundation is to never forget.
Tunnel to Towers has impacted thousands of lives since its inception. Everything from mortgage-free homes for fallen first responders to golf outings, and of course, the event that started it all, the 5K run that traces the heroic path of Stephen Siller.
Stephen Siller will be remembered as being a hero because he laid down his life for his country.